You know, we're talking to Lindsey Williams, Pastor Lindsey Williams, inside whistleblower, when he worked with Atlantic Richfield and a bunch of other big oil companies up on the Alaskan shelf there on the slope. He blew the whistle about that. Turned out he was absolutely accurate decades later when it was released by Congress. Same thing with the Gulf of Mexico, full of oil. They won't let us get to in many areas, but the Chinese and others are allowed to have it. Then he talked to this insider, this former CEO of an oil company, one of the biggest. The fellow thought he was going to die, and I guess that near-death experience has made him totally spill his guts to Lindsey. But now, so much of what Lindsey's saying from this insider is clear, even from mainstream news. Lindsey was speaking about Fall of the Republic, because, you know, he's retired, been out of the country some with family. He came back. He just now heard I have Fall of the Republic, and he's saying, we haven't talked since my producer just called and got him on, because Lindsey was ready to come on and emailed us, that these things mesh together. Everything Lindsey's saying fits in to what we're seeing here on the ground being set up and being done. Lindsey Williams, go ahead.
Everyone listening to the Alex Jones Show right now, I must clarify this. Alex and I have not talked one single time off of the program privately. We have not compared notes. He did not know what I was going to say today. He did not know what the elite told me. I likewise did not know about his new DVD. Folks, we have not compared notes and planned this program. I know it sounds like it, and some of you sitting out there going to say, well, I'm quite sure these two guys got together and planned to say all this. No, we did not, did we, Alex?
No, I mean, you've been told by your high-level retired CEO, highest levels, this information. I've made a film, Reverse Engineering. I mean, I've got the Copenhagen, Denmark, UN climate change treaty that says world government, and you know, I mean, I've got it right here, and that they say in their literature they want to destroy our economy. I had a economist from Argentina on a few months ago, and he talked about how the IMF and World Bank come in, and we have their documents as well, and bankrupt these countries by design so that you're so poor and starving you can't resist. They're not deploying Northcom for no reason. They're not got face scanning and license plate reading cameras going up for nothing. But do this. Run through your points, then let's go back through them. But just keep dropping those points on us, Lindsey.
2 years. 2 years. He kept using it over and over and over again. 2 years. Within 2 years, you will not recognize America. They have a timeline. The elitists have altered their timeline because you and me, the gullible Americans, gave them $2.5 trillion approximately, and Bloomberg demanded of Congress to get an answer. They came before the Congress of the United States of America, the person representing the Federal Reserve, and said, I refuse to tell you where $2.5 trillion went. They tell you where the other money went, but $2.5 trillion you gave to the elite, and they still have not told you where it's going. So as a result, they altered their timeline. You've got to hear all the details of that.
They're accelerating it, correct? They're accelerating the timeline.
Well, I don't know, because you see, 2 years ago, he told me, he said, you're going to have massive inflation within a year to a year and a half. Well, they didn't do that, because when they were able to alter their timeline, and they've done some amazing things in these D8 meetings and so on, where you have attended and watched from the outside, and here this man's telling me what they did on the inside.
No, I know, but I mean, it was going to be a gradual inflation, and now they're admitting to me, it's, even though it looks like it's not an acceleration, it is an acceleration, because it appears they're moving in with their entire program in the next 2 years instead of just one plank of it more quickly. But Lindsey, 1 minute break. We're coming back with the final hour straight ahead. Stay there. We'll get into the next point. Stay with us. Lindsey Williams, for part 2 of this interview, is going to be back with us on Wednesday. And then he's going to be back with us again on Friday, because I believe him. His information turned out to be very accurate. He said for at least a year, oil would go to 50. It did that. Now it's going back up, but not much. And this individual said that they've changed their timeline. Okay, Lindsey, before we go any further, I want to run through more of, let's just run through the skeleton of your notes. And then if we have time, we'll go back through more of the notes. And then on Wednesday, we'll dissect more in depth in areas we didn't get to today. But we're already here in the last hour today. Tell us about the DVD, because I know you flesh out the points in the DVD, but people don't want to go crazy waiting for it. They should order it right now, but also then give us the skeleton of it, point by point, and then go back over it. But tell folks how they get this 3-part DVD.
Okay, new toll-free number. Please do not call my old toll-free number. Here, you have a pencil and paper. Write down my new toll-free number. We've got 7 operators standing by. Immediate shipping. We're not going to make you wait a week to a week and a half. I told them, I said, we've got to do this immediately. Here's the number. Toll-free number, 888-799-6111. Again, 888-799-6111. We give immediate shipping now. We don't make you wait a week and a half like we did before. 6 new DVDs. 6. 3 of them are the ones I did in studio this past week, where I tell everything this man told me. Now, please, I beg of you to get them. We've done something new also. We're putting it all in one beautiful folder with a multicolor cover. You've never seen anything so attractive. You've got it all in one now, and truly professionally done. I told these people, I said, we've got to get this message out. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the content of all of this. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. Folks, put it down in your calendar. I beg of you. He said he kept using the expression 2 years.
Well, hold on, Lindsey. You got to give the toll-free number out.
Say again?
Give the number out again.
Okay, the number is 888-799-6111. No one has ever gotten this material before. This Alex Jones show is the first one I've ever been on. The first. 888-799-6111. 7 operators standing by. Please, my new 3 DVDs we did in studio in Kansas City this past week. Now, here's the content. Within 2 years, and he gives everything. Alex, I'm going to give you one expression, and we'll elaborate on this, too, later in this week. He kept using the expression, the devil's Messiah. Now, I know this oh, my goodness, Alex, they have manipulated the churches as well as the pastors of America.
Hold on, Lindsey. You just dropped a bomb on me. Everything else you said we can see unfolding, and I believe he told you this. This guy then talked about the devil's Messiah with you?
This man I was stunned.
What? No wonder you're shaking. Listen, folks, I'm talking to Lindsey during the break. His voice is shaking. You've never acted like this. What else did you learn? What the hell's going on here? Excuse me.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly right, too. Just what you word. The word you use is exactly what's going to be going on. 2 years, 2 years, you will not recognize America. They're working through the pastors. They're working through the churches. When I get into this, I'm going to have to shame some pastors now. I have been a minister for 50 years. I'm 73 years of age. And, Alex, this man went into the subject, the devil's Messiah, the pastors of America and the churches, and how they're working through Homeland Security in relation to the deception of the pastors and the churches for pulling the people in. And he went on to talk about within 2 years they'll be able to fulfill everything they want to do, and that the elite have altered their timeline to the point they feel that they have completely got it made.
Stay there, Lindsey, long segment. I want you to just get those notes, read us the bullet points, and then we'll go back to the beginning, back to the Antichrist part. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.